Imagine what will happen when the war ends. Now we have 1 million people with disabilities. This has never happened. The data is classified. Special contingent and mobilized will be cancelled. Most likely, the conversation took place in a doctor's office, and the recording was made on a phone by a Russian citizen who had signed a contract with the Russian Ministry of Defense. A doctor acknowledged the fact that there are currently over 1 million disabled people in Russia. This is the highest number in the country's history. The second voice claims that 50% of these disabled people have already been written off. The medic continued by saying that such figures have never been seen in the history of the Russian Federation, and all disability data has long been classified. The Kremlin calls such people a special contingent that must be exhausted to zero. The medic also openly stated that the mobilized would also be zeroed out. However, the special contingent is a different story, as the Kremlin doesn't know where to put them after the war. He made it clear that anyone who signed a contract with the Russian Ministry of Defense automatically signed a life sentence for themselves, and there was no turning back. The scale of losses since the full-scale invasion in 2022 is a direct result of Russia's meat grinder approach to fighting, which relies on sending waves of troops into enemy fire, sacrificing many so that a few can get through. Russia is now changing the way it is fighting in Ukraine because of the high casualty rate. It is now using small, dispersed detachments because of the loss of large numbers of junior officers. Although replacements are being recruited from the ranks and quickly put through an abbreviated training, these new officers have neither the training nor the experience to command larger formations of soldiers. Large battlefield losses in Ukraine also put more pressure on military recruitment efforts back home in Russia. In the absence of a general mobilization, which Putin has been reluctant to declare, the Ministry of Defense has had to use creative solutions to deal with the war's insatiable demand for manpower. One response is to return wounded soldiers to combat duty before they have fully recovered. Some Russian soldiers have reportedly complained that they are being forced to return to the front before their medical treatments are finished. Military recruiters also visit Russia's prisons with the offer of full pardons for those who survive a combat tour.
Ukrainian kamikaze drones continue to strike Russian military targets. Video footage shared in Telegram channels shows Ukrainian kamikaze drones targeting and striking a number of Russian military vehicles, soldiers hiding in dugouts and military structure. Kamikaze drones have played a major role in Ukraine's defense since Russia's full-fledged invasion in February 2022. Ukraine is becoming a global leader in drone warfare, regularly striking deep behind Russian lines.